Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today's going to be a different kind of video. I'm going to be doing my nails in the video, but today I'm going to use this time to kind of talk to you guys about some tips and tricks that I wish I knew as a beginner nail tech. So I'm still going to do my nails, but it won't be like a nail tutorial. My nails are pretty much already done because in my last video, I think I had mentioned to you guys that I was going to record my nails for a photo shoot that I had coming up, but I already did the photo shoot and I didn't have time to like put any design on my nails. So that's why my nails are like super long and super plain. But after seeing the photos, I'm kind of glad I didn't do anything to my nails. But anyway, yeah, so I'm going to be talking to you guys today. We're going to do like a little bit of chatting. And this is like you guys really seeing like a true behind the scenes videos, because I do not like, one thing about me, I don't really try to be like super perfect when it comes to doing nails, like, but I'm not really a super organized person overall anyway. I never really have been. Like, that's just not in my DNA. I'm like more laid back, like super on the go, and I will get around to it when I get around to it. That's kind of like me. Okay, so I'm gonna just be working on my nails, and then while I work on my nails, I'm gonna just be talking to you guys and telling you some tips that you guys need to know if you're a beginner nail tech. So the first, I'm gonna just give you guys like 10 tips. If I think of more, I'll like maybe come back with a part 2 if you guys want to see that. So the first thing I want to talk to you guys about is practice. And I hate to say, like, I don't want that to be like my first one, because I feel like you guys are like, oh, we already know we gotta practice. But I think that practice is like super important, because you can't really get better. Again, I know that sounds like super like cliche. I know you guys hear that all the time, but it's like the truth. Like, you really can't get better at something if you don't practice. It doesn't even matter if we're talking about nails. That's just like anything across the board. So like, I practice all the time, like all day, every day. Like, I will, even like before my shift in the morning, before work, I would get up in the morning like super early. Like, if I had to be work at 10, there were moments where I would get up at like 7 or 6 and get up to do nails, like to do my nails. I always practice on myself first before I like started to take clients. But that's what I did. Like, I would stay up all night the night before work on YouTube, watching YouTube tutorials, and I would just be like, in the morning before work, I'm gonna get up and I'm gonna practice this. I'm gonna do this on my nails. I just kind of knew that I wanted to be better, really just for myself. So that is one thing that I always did. And I have 4 sisters, so I had a lot of practice because they always like wanted me to do their nails and stuff. So yeah, I feel like that was like, that's like super important. Like, you guys have to practice like every single day, like every single day. I would be up sometimes till 2 in the morning doing my nails. But yeah, practicing is like definitely number 1. Number 2 is you do not need to buy expensive products to do a full set of nails. And I know like everybody that does nails nowadays is coming out with like different products, like their own brand of products. You don't need that. I mean, if you want to buy from them to support, cool, but it's not really necessary. And I want to say that because I don't want people to think like, you know, what I'm saying is negative, because I'm not being negative. I'm just being honest. Like, you don't really need to support all these different brands with like their different products. I feel like when I first started doing nails, I would just get like the basics, like the bare minimum, because you don't want to go broke trying to do full sets. Like, that's not the goal. Like, the goal in the beginning is just to get better, just practice. And you're going to be practicing so much that you don't want to be spending like a lot of money on products. Like, for example, really quick, this little, my clear acrylic, this is, I've been using this from the beginning. This is a clear acrylic powder by Mia Secret, and this whole entire powder, I think it might have gone up in price like for a few dollars. But when I first started doing nails, this little thing used to cost me like $5, like literally $5. And you see how big this is. Valentino's products are going to be like this size, so you can see the difference in the size of the bottle. I'm gonna try to hold it up. I can't do it. But I hope you guys can see, like, this is this big and this is this big. This is gonna cost you like 20. This is gonna cost you like 5, and you're gonna get like so many uses out of this one. Like, you don't really need to spend a lot of money on a bunch of like high-end nail products because it's just a waste. Like, you're gonna be practicing so much. If you start getting things like this size by Valentino, like any other brand that you may be considering that's like in the $20, $25 range, you're gonna go through it so fast. Like, if back then when I was practicing my nails every single day, this would have lasted me like a week. Like, this little thing, I would have ran through this. So definitely don't like go out and get a bunch of products because you're gonna run through them faster, which means you're gonna have to buy them faster, and that means you're not gonna really be saving money. Like, if you do clients, you want to get like money, the money from your clients to reinvest in your products. So don't reinvest in products that you know you're gonna run through faster at the beginning. I mean, I feel like that was like super important for me. I didn't really care. Like, also though too, when I first started doing nails, like, we didn't have like, Valentino was Valentino, but it wasn't like as big as it is now. And there wasn't as many nail techs like trying to like push their brands out. So Mia Secret was like, everybody at one point was using Mia Secret. I don't really see people using them as much anymore. But I really like their clear acrylic. Like, I've been doing nails for like I said, 3 years, and I still use their clear acrylic. It works just fine. It's, to me, in my opinion, it honestly might work a little bit better than most clear acrylics because this clear acrylic is, to me, beginner friendly. Most of the high-end brands that you're seeing, they're targeting clients, or they're targeting people that have been doing nails for years. So more than likely their product is going to set faster. The clear acrylic is going to set faster, so you really don't even have that much time to work with it. It's not really catered for beginner nail techs, so keep that in mind. You don't need to spend a lot of money on like expensive brands because it's not necessary. And I don't want you guys wasting your money. Like, you want to, especially if you're doing clients, you want to keep your money to yourself. Don't like get it, don't get your money and then just quickly like give it to like, these expensive brands because you don't need it. So I think that's like really important. Number 3, the next thing I want to talk about is being like super hard on yourself. I feel like when I first started doing nails, I was like, even now I get like kind of nervous because you don't want to mess people's nails up, and people take their nails serious nowadays. So for example, I wanted to tell you guys just a really quick story time. I remember one time, like, I literally did this client and she was, well, that did not come out the way that I wanted. Like I was saying, one time I did nails when I was doing nails at my mom's house, I had this client and she came to me and we were like, I'm doing her nails, whatever. And I lied to y'all not. I did her nails, she paid me, she left out. She literally went to her car and I think she was only like she had only left the house for like a couple minutes and we were done. Like, the set was done, she paid me, she was leaving to go home. She literally got to the car and texted me and was like, yeah, one of my nails just broke off. I'm like, what? Like, I literally just sent her out of the house. Like, I literally just finished her nails. I did her full set. And she was like, yeah, one of my nails just came off. I'm like, what in the world? Like, can you imagine you just did like 2-3 hours of nail work and then your client comes back at you and say like, oh yeah, my nail just broke. And it hasn't even been 2 minutes. That was a very embarrassing thing for me. But it was like one of those things where it was like, okay, well, what I'm gonna do? All I could do at that point was fix it. But I'm saying that to say, like, you're going to make mistakes as a beginner nail tech. Like, I did not like the feeling of that. So I had kind of took that and was like, you know what? Like, how can I be better? Like, what can I do to make sure, like, my clients' nails are not popping off in 2 minutes. Now, granted, that was the only time that happened to me, but I was kind of like, what in the world? Like, can you imagine like what I was thinking? Like, I was so embarrassed. I have no idea how this is gonna come out, but we're just gonna keep it going. Okay, this next one is kind of important. I don't even know what number I'm on. I think this is number 4, I'm not sure. But number 4, I want to talk about pricing. I think pricing is like super, super important, especially as a beginner nail tech, because you don't want to charge like crazy, outrageous prices, but you don't want to charge like something where like you're not even really getting paid worth of your time. And so what you're going to have to do is you're going to have to find like a middle ground. You just are like, maybe like, so for example, I think for a beginner nail tech, I don't think, maybe like charging something around the price of, charge something around $50. Like, I think $50 is a good price. Like, I would not do like, I don't really believe in like people doing like, now if you're super, super beginner, like this is like your second time ever touching acrylic, then you probably should lower it, like maybe like 20, 25. I just hate for like people to like do so much and put so much time and stuff even as a beginner, and you don't really get paid for it. Try to practice on yourself first. Like, practice on yourself like 100 times, so that way when you take your client, you know, like at least at bare minimum, my set gonna look like this and it's gonna be cute. That way you can charge something of your work. I don't think I was doing like, I see people now doing like $15 sets. I'm like, you can't do $15 sets. Like, I get what you're trying to do, but like, don't get taken advantage of. Like, I feel like that's so important. Like, don't let people take advantage of your time. Like, $15 sets, no. We are not doing $15 sets. Like, at least charge, I keep on saying 40, 50, but I even take 35, 10, $15 sets, we're not doing that. $20 sets, we're not doing that. $25 sets, we're not doing that, because you want to make it worth your while. And I feel like that would frustrate me. Like, if I was a beginner nail tech and I'm charging $15 a set, but I sat here for like 3-4 hours, I mean, yeah, I get to practice and yeah, I get to like do something that I love, but I'm gonna feel like a way at the end. I'm gonna be like, I did all that for $15. Like, you know what I'm saying? You want to still charge a price where it's going to make you still want to continue to do it. Like, it's not all about the money, but you got to survive too. So don't let nobody think, like, as a beginner nail tech, don't let people come to you and be like, oh no, your prices are too high for you to be a beginner. It doesn't matter. Charge what you want to charge, but don't charge obnoxiously at the same time, you know? Don't let people take advantage of you. Okay, so now that I've like kind of talked about timing a little bit, I want to really make sure that we talk about timing, because like, let's just be realistic. When you're doing nails, you're going to be slow. You're learning and you're practicing, so like, you can't expect to like really knock out a set in like an hour and a half. It's unrealistic. Y'all might think this is crazy, but I practiced on myself for like a year before I started taking clients. It was like almost a year before I was like confidently taking my clients, because I was so like self-conscious about me moving so slow. Like, you know, you don't want to take up people's time, and you so used to the nail salon moving so fast. Like, you go to the nail salon, you're in and out in like an hour. But you know, when as a like new nail tech, you know, you're gonna want to give out quality and not quantity. So don't let it discourage you if it takes somebody an hour and 15 minutes to knock out a full long set, French, swirls, crystals, and then they're bragging about the fact that it took them an hour and 15 minutes. That's good for them, but as a beginner nail tech, like I said, it's just unrealistic to think that that's something that everybody can do. So this is how I do my nails when I'm not recording a tutorial. Like, I need this to be like up close in my face. But the next one I want to talk about is designs. I know, like, as a nail tech, cause even me, I still get overwhelmed, because nail art is hard nowadays. Like, it's not just your super basic gel color nails anymore. So I feel like that can be so overwhelming as well. So my advice to you guys is, don't worry about designs. Like, Nobody cares about designs. Don't rush and try to like hurry up and learn how to do your acrylic so that you can hurry up and learn how to do designs. Like, don't do that, because there's no point of like learning to do designs and stuff like that if your nails are not prepped right, if your nails are not like going to last. Then if you know, you don't want to spend all that time on a design only for it not to last. So like, don't worry about perfecting a French. And then to be honest with you, French, all of that stuff is going to be the easy part. Like, don't even worry about don't worry about if you're going to be able to slay a French. Like, you're going to be able to slay a French. The acrylic and everything is the hardest part. So if you can like master your acrylic first, I think that's more important than like learning how to do all these different designs. Because if you're like trying to learn designs before you learn how to do acrylic, you're never going to be able to like perfect your acrylic, because designs are changing every single week at this point. Designs are just so different nowadays. Like, it's hard. It's even hard for me. So as a beginner nail tech, I can only imagine, like, there's a new design coming out every single day, almost like every other day. So don't worry about the designs. Don't even trip. Get your foundation right. Get your acrylic right, and then worry about all that extra stuff, like the stuff that make it super cute later. I think it'll be worth it and less stressful. The next thing I want to talk about is knowing what kind of nail tech that you are and knowing what kind of nail tech you want to be. And I know that might sound like crazy. Like, of course I know what kind of nail tech I want to be, but I just feel like knowing what kind of nail tech you are can save you so much stress. I used to have like so many, or even to this day, like I will have to tell my clients like straight up, or people that might be coming to me for the first time, it's like if they show me a design and I'm looking at it like, girl, I do not know how to do that, I'm very honest with them and telling them like, I don't know how to do that, so we're gonna have to pick something different until I can at least practice it first. I never ever used to try to pretend like I was good at something or anything like that. Like, I never did. So I used to tell my clients like, we can, or you can give them a disclaimer, like that works too. Like, tell them like, I've never done that before, just a heads up, but if you want to do it, if you want to try it, if you have like a little bit of time to spare, I definitely don't mind trying it. And like most of my clients will like be like, oh, okay, well, no, maybe another time. And then like my other clients, or some of my other clients might be like, oh yeah, like if you want to try it, let's do it, I don't have nothing but time, like go ahead and practice, like go ahead and do your thing. So I feel like, be honest with yourself, be honest with your clients. Don't try to bite off more than you can chew. Like, make sure that you can still do the design. Like, don't even think about the money. Like, I know some of these like intricate designs and these super hard designs may get you more money, but it's no point if it don't look right. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't want to be like one of those girls who will be like, what I got versus what I asked for. Like, yeah, don't do that. Another one that I want to get into before I start talking about like policy and everything is, don't be willing to accept anybody's as a client, or like don't be willing to accept anybody's money. I know, like, I feel like sometimes a lot working in like the service industry, because we do provide services as nail techs, a lot of people can kind of like look down at you, or like, you know, and that's not fair, because just because I'm a nail tech do not mean that you do not have to respect me. So like, don't let people disrespect you. Well, this color is so cute. I was not gonna do two hands, but I might have to just do two hands because like, so cute. But yeah, so don't let people disrespect you, because everybody has that client like who, if you haven't had that client already, you're going to have clients that just do not respect you, don't respect your time. I have had to turn away clients even as far as like being late and everything like that. But anyway, that's what I'm going to get into next, is I'm going to talk about policy. I am a little bit different when it comes to policy. And what I mean by that is, I'm not like super strict on any of my policies. The only policies that I have is, let me see, I have a 15-minute late policy. If you're over 15 minutes late, then your appointment will be getting canceled. And I think that's it. My only other policy is that you have to pay a $25 deposit. But even with my 15 minutes late policy, I'm not super strict on it, because I do understand that things happen, and you don't want to be that nail tech where like before somebody can book with you, they gotta read like a whole 2-page paper on your policies before they can even book. You know, you don't want to be that tech or like that stylist that is like, come to me, no nails, come to me this, come to me like that, don't book with me if you don't do this, don't do like, you don't want to have like, you don't want to be that kind of nail tech. That's annoying. That's annoying for me. Even when it comes to me like trying to book a service with somebody, if I'm looking at your booking site and it's like 101 policies I gotta follow to book with you, I'm gonna just be like, never mind. Like I'll just go somewhere else, you know? Like, I don't know, like, correct me if I'm wrong. I just feel like those policies are just not necessary. It's like people just, and I like feel like if you do feel like you need to have all those policies, just don't be mean about it. Like a lot of these nail techs and the stylists are like, no questions, no DMs, don't DM me, don't text me, don't message me, don't ask me a question that I already answered on my booking site. Before you DM me, read my policy. No questions from this time. Like, it's just so much. It's so overwhelming as a client who's trying to book with you. They don't, you know what I'm saying? Like, they just trying to get a service done. They don't need like a whole 3 pages of rules to do before booking. Like, that's not fair. And it's too much. I don't like it. Definitely have a policy in place just in case you need it, but it doesn't have to be super difficult. It doesn't have to be like super complicated. So keep that in mind. So one of the last things I want to talk about is posting and social media. In order to be like successful in today's time, you have to post on social media. It's like, you can't get around it. It's overwhelming, but I wouldn't look at it as an overwhelming way. Like, look at it in a way where it's like, we should kind of be like grateful for social media. So I'm saying that to say, even if you're not super confident in your work and you're not like, you know you still have work to do, you still have to practice, you don't have the most clients right now, you may just have like a few that are being loyal to you and want to see you succeed. That is okay. One thing about me, I did not care if my nails were not like perfect. I posted all the time. Like, I can even pull up I'll post some screenshots for you guys if I can find them. But like, if you go all the way down to my Instagram page, my nails, when I first started posting, would get like 4 likes. And more than likely it was my mom and my sisters. Like, I did not have no clients and things like that. I didn't even care about that type of stuff. All I knew was that I spent hours on these nails and I was gonna post them so that people can see them. I didn't even care if it was like 10 likes. So you guys have to post all the time. Even if it's like, you need to work on something, it don't matter, just post it. So yeah, I pretty much am finished all of my tips. As you guys can see though, I'm not done my nails. I'm still to this day super slow, and I don't care. So, but yeah, thank you guys for watching. If you want to see more videos like this, let me know. I hope I wasn't doing too much talking. I'm probably gonna have to cut a lot of the rambling out, but I can't help it. Like, I can't just like not ramble sometimes. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. And stay tuned for the final product of my nails. I'm so excited for you guys to see. I haven't done anything like this in so long. So I'm excited for you guys to see. And let me know if you guys like these type of videos. Let me know in the comments if you're a beginner nail tech, what do you struggle with? What are some of the things that you may need help with? I can try to help you. You can maybe talk a little bit, and like, yeah, just let me know and stay tuned for my next videos. I'm trying to be more consistent for you guys. I'm trying to get away from just throwing tutorials out. I want to like talk with you guys and like get to know you guys, and you guys can get to know me, and you know, talk about some of the struggles that you know you deal with as a nail tech. So hopefully you guys like this video, and thank you for watching, and I will see you guys in the next one.